Hi, everyone. This will be a short video on how to prepare a data spreadsheet for a connection screening process. Here you will see a sample Excel spreadsheet that I've used at my high school. There are many columns in this spreadsheet. Here you will see A through M, and the next screen I share will have N through Y of the different columns of the spreadsheet. For this section, we color coded this green, and green is all the demographic information that we collect. We actually pull this information from Skyward, and so it's able to populate fairly quickly. We do have a Skyward tech guru in my high school. We're fortunate to have a school counselor who's pretty savvy with Skyward and is able to help us populate this spreadsheet fairly quickly. We do include the student ID, which here would be a number, student name. We include their advisor, and so every adult in the building is coded, and so this is the advisor's number on a confidential list that our MTSS team would have access to. So for Kelly Smith, advisor number 31, John Brown, their advisor is number 3. And then for the demographic information, we include year of graduation, and then all these other areas here according to the data from Q1. So for example, number of failed courses at the end of Q1. We are able to sometimes use this data to look at individually for students if we want to triangulate their data, and we look at maybe their connections, and then also if they have other risk factors, such as these areas, for example. Moving on to the next screen are our next columns on the spreadsheet. I kept the student's name here just so we could do some examples and some walkthroughs. But our two areas are pink up here, which is our student connection survey. So this is the information the students put on their survey when we ask them if they could name any adults in the building that they have connections with, and then any peers in the building that they have connections with. And then, of course, if students refuse to complete the survey, which is their right, we would mark this here and not include any data over here. In this next section, which is blue, this is actually our adult survey that's taken in our school by all adults. And this is also what we would refer to as our reverse connection screening. So this is where we ask adults to name, and at the high school, up to 6 students whom they feel they have a good connection with. You could also use this screening, the reverse screening, at, say, an elementary school, where you are asking the adults in the building to look at the school roster and put their name next to any students or families that they feel connected to. The way we would use this data is we would look at a student. So say this student was struggling and we wanted to have an adult reach out to them that had a more meaningful or personal connection. We would look first maybe to see if they named any adults. And then if not, if any adults named them. And those are the people that we would reach out to and say, hey, could you check in with Kelly Smith? She's really struggling. Or could you reach out to Kelly's family? And that would be a way we could use the data. Let me walk you through these 2 examples just so you can understand, because it does get a little confusing. For Kelly Smith here, on her connection screening, she named 0 adults, so we did not include any adults here, and she named 3 peers as her connections. And when we look at the adults, the reverse, we actually had 3 adults name Kelly Smith. And one of them was her advisor, number 31, and also adult number 3 and adult number 27. So in her case, we're probably going to reach out to these 3 adults if we want to provide her any support or check in with her. Example number 2, we're looking here at Brown, and we see that he did name 2 adults as his connections, and his 2 adults were number 3 and number 24. When we're looking at peers, he did not name any peer connections. And unfortunately, no adults named him as one of their connections. So if we were looking at Brown and saying we needed to try to reach out to Brown individually, we would look at these 2 adults here and let them know he named them, and maybe they could reach out to him and see how he's doing. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I hope this was a helpful video, and if you have any questions, as always, please feel free to reach out.